In today's world, silence is an endangered species. We live in a constant hum of notifications, conversations, and a race to be heard. And yet, it's in silence, intentional, deliberate silence, that we find some of life's most profound truths. Imagine walking into a room where everyone's talking over each other. You feel the pull to jump in, to say something, anything, just to feel seen. But what if, instead of speaking, you listened, observed, reflected? That's what we're exploring today. The art of talking less, listening more, and thinking deeper. Not as a strategy to win conversations, but as a way to live with intention, awareness, and connection. This isn't just self-help. It's about transforming how you experience life. Let's dive in. Let's start with the simplest yet most transformative act, listening. And I'm not talking about the passive, yeah, totally kind of listening we do while checking our phones. I mean deep listening, the kind that requires your full attention. I once had a conversation with a friend who was going through a tough time. I asked how they were doing, and they said, "I'm okay." Normally, I might have left it at that, but something in their tone caught my attention. So I paused and said, "You don't sound okay. What's really going on?" What followed was a moment of real vulnerability, a conversation we both remember to this day. That's the power of listening deeply. It's not about waiting for your turn to talk. It's about making someone feel truly heard. When you listen like this, you become a safe space. People open up to you, not because you're giving advice, but because you're present. And that kind of presence is rare. It's magnetic. Here's a challenge. The next time someone speaks, don't just hear their words. Listen for the emotion beneath them. Ask yourself, what are they really trying to say? You'll be amazed at how much deeper your connections become. Silence isn't just about people. It's about tuning into your surroundings. Think about the last time you walked somewhere without headphones, without scrolling through your phone. When you give yourself space to observe, the world comes alive. Notice the rhythm of life, the way the light shifts as the day progresses, the way a bird's song cuts through the noise of traffic, the way people move in patterns. These moments might seem insignificant, but they're the threads of a richer, more aware life. Observation isn't just about noticing beauty, it's about understanding context. For example, in conversations, it's not just what someone says, but how they say it. The slight hesitation before a reply, the way their eyes move when they're thinking. These are clues that help you connect on a deeper level. Start small. Take a 5-minute walk every day without distractions. Look, listen, and just be. Over time, you'll notice a shift, not just in what you see, but in how you think. This brings us to reflection. Silence and observation are powerful, but without reflection, they're like seeds that never get watered. Reflection is where you make sense of it all, where you turn experiences into insights. I started journaling a few years ago, and it's been transformative. It's not about writing perfectly, it's about capturing what stands out. A question that challenged you, a feeling you can't shake, something you noticed during your day. For example, I once wrote about a moment when I was standing in line at a coffee shop. I noticed how everyone, including me, was glued to their phones, so I put mine away and started looking around. I saw a barista humming while they worked, a kid trying to grab a cookie from the counter, and a stranger who looked like they'd had a rough day. That tiny decision, to observe instead of scroll, stayed with me because I reflected on it. Reflection doesn't have to take hours. Even 5 minutes can bring clarity. Over time, it helps you understand yourself better, your values, your priorities, your patterns of thought. And that understanding, it's the foundation of a deeper, more meaningful life. Being quieter isn't about withdrawing. It's about making space. Space to listen, to observe, to think. In a world that rewards noise, choosing silence is a radical act, but it's one that leads to connection, clarity, and ultimately, a richer life. So here's my question for you. What's one moment when silence, listening, or reflection changed something for you? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Make sure to let me know how you enjoy this type of content. And if you found this video meaningful, consider liking and subscribing for more conversations like this.